Howdy folks, today's Star Wars lore episode is on the B2 Super Battle Droid. After the extensive field testing that the Trade Federation droid army received on Naboo, various recommendations were made for improvements. Now, among these were modification to the standard battle droid. Federation officials felt that the droids, while scoring high on cost viability and economy of space, they were not tough enough against enemy fire. A single blaster bolt was enough to knock a battle droid out of action, and even a solid force push by a Jedi could fell them. Another key area of concern was the battle droid's lack of independence. When the droid control ship was destroyed during the Battle of Naboo, the entire army on the planet was rendered useless. Now, the Trade Federation requested a stronger and better equipped battle droid with more effective armor and at least some degree of autonomy. Now, the result was the Super Battle Droid, or SBD, which first saw large-scale action at the first Battle of Geonosis. Now, while it kept many of the basic circuits and internal systems of the standard battle droid, the Geonosian foundries created the Super model as an altogether deadlier machine. Its outer shell was constructed of acertron armor, in most places strong enough to repel bolts from handheld weapons. A well-aimed shot, however, could damage an SBD. Padme Amidala, for example, managed to shoot off the arm of an SBD with a single shot from a blaster pistol. The most heavily armoured area of the SBD was the upper chest, which housed the droid's signal receptor and cognitive and primary power units. And this made the unit top-heavy, a flaw that was adjusted by programmed movement algorithms. The design of the Super Battle Droid included a rejoiced forward silhouette with blade-like limbs, and this created a minimal target area when the droid was advancing towards the enemy. Now, the SBD's main weapon was a twin-barrel blaster rifle fitted onto the droid's right arm. Now, this could be set to fire individual rounds or switched to a rapid-fire setting that emitted a hail of laser energy. Now, when in use, the blaster required the SBD to point its right arm at its target. This meant it had to rely on its left arm to manipulate obstacles in the battlefield. The monogrip hands and blade-like edges of the SBD's limbs could also be employed as weapons for close-quarter combat. The hands had built-in signal emitters, usable for firing extra handheld arms, and the SBD's strap-on foot tips could be replaced with utility fittings for different terrains, and these included climbing cores and buoyant pads. The B2 SBDs that stalked into the arena during the first Battle of Geonosis were actually unpainted, and their unadorned metal bodies reflected the harsh orange sunlight. During the Clone Wars, B2 droids were mostly painted in Separatist blue, though some received special camouflage colouring for select missions. Super Battle Droid veterans that escaped periodic brain wipes began to display rudimentary emotions, mostly anger and impatience. And B2s were regularly heard to converse with one another even when the option for far more efficient wireless communication existed. Also, in accordance with the Trade Federation's request, the Super Battle Droid had a limited degree of independence. It did not require a constant control signal to remain operative, as the standard battle droid did. The B2 was also programmed with a basic combat procedure that allowed it to wade into battle and keep fighting until all targets had been neutralized. However, its processing powers did not permit much tactical thinking or advanced decision making, meaning that it was actually quite easy to outwit. A standard battle procedure as used against the Jedi and the Clone Army in Geonosis was for the Super Battle Droids to provide cover and heavy fire for the regular battle droids. Now, this involved a rank of SBDs leading a column of standard battle droids into action. They would bear the brunt of the return fire, while their laser cannons could punch a hole in the enemy lines. Now, it was a crude tactical approach, but it was the summit of the capabilities of the SBD's processors. Sometimes their tendency to lead the way would cause the battle droids to damage or even destroy their own allies in order to get a better position. Once in a melee, however, the SBDs reverted to their basic programming and roamed the battlefield seeking targets, destroying them and then locating another opponent. This went on until the SBDs were destroyed, given new orders, or the enemy was completely wiped out. Now, they also found that with additional programming, Super Battle Droids could handle a variety of weapons, and frequently used variants of the model actually became enough of a standard in the CIS armies that their tactics and experience became part of the standard programming. Now, these included battlefield mortar variants and ones using ground-to-air weapons. Those that used jetpacks to close in quickly on opponents led to the short-range jump and long-range rocket droids, the latter of which was used to board and attack Republic vessels on approach within a planet's atmosphere. Along with the B-1 droids, the slightly less numerous SBDs were the most commonly encountered separatist droid unit and were a huge success on the battlefield. So much so that after the conflict, they were actually quite regularly seen in the employ of various crime lords who often used them as guards. That is the B2 Super Battle Droid. So if you liked the video, drop a like, let me know what you thought of the video, subscribe for more videos as well, and as always, I'll talk to you all on the next one, and may the Force be with you.